Hi, this is Porter Thorndike with a review of new geospatial capabilities in WebFOCUS Release 9.1. What we're looking at right now is an animated flow layer. This is the wind direction in the United States. Super cool, one of my favorites, and many more that are supported. I think the most important thing, though, that we've introduced is something called feature effects, which would allow you to apply effects at the layer or the data level to apply things like color burn or hard light, different effects to highlight and communicate the data or format the data the way that you want, but most importantly, apply filters to this data. So we're looking at some of those capabilities at the layer level, but let's take a look at the feature effects, which allow you to select different measure or dimensional values and conditions within the data and then apply emphasize effects like things like embolden. I want to highlight the values that are greater than that. De-emphasis. I want the ones that I haven't selected to be grayscale. So we take a look at some of these. Very interesting based on how you want to communicate it. The invert selection, the color shift selection as well. That's for data that you might have within your map layer. This is also going to be supported for all of the out-of-the-box ESRI demographic layers. We're looking at internet connectivity variables here by county. And so, again, we've got blending and effect selections, and I can apply a filter based on, in this case, I'm going to select percentage of households that don't have internet access. I want to understand based on, a value greater than, 30%, 32%, let's say, emphasize the ones that are with embolden, de-emphasize the ones that aren't. This is sepia is kind of a grayscale that makes the positive values or the affirmative class really stand out a lot better. So feature effects, great new capability. Another thing that I like a lot is kind of a visualization dork here is more flexibility around what you can do around visualizing points and bubbles on the map. So in the past, we support proportional symbol maps and we've supported color variable as only metrics. And so you could get continuous or discrete values, and based on the values, it would color the bubble. But a lot of times people may want to color the bubble based on a dimensional value. Size of the bubble is a metric, in this case, quantity sold, but we may prefer to see dimensional breakout, in this case, product category on the bubble as well. Some additional, very interesting and exciting things as well. Out of the box drive time and distance widget. So we might have a map with a lot of points, and you might want to understand based on a specific point how far you could drive, let's say in 60 minutes, as we see right here is the default. So I'm going to type in a starting point. Of course, ESRI, market leader in geospatial. It's got all of this data around cities and towns and counties. So that's how far I could drive from Urbana, Illinois in 60 minutes. And I could also add multiple values if I want to understand how far could I drive in 1 hour and 2 hours. It's going to render that on the map based on all of the drive time and distance information that ESRI has. And we'll see that visualization right here. And we can also embed secondary visualizations if you want to understand things like, hey, what are the product category sales within this area as well. Which brings me to the next one, drive route function. You might have points on a map. You may turn those points into a line. We can convert the line into a route. This is very useful in shipping. You can imagine one point might be a warehouse. The second point might be a store or something like that. So as we take a look at the detail information, departure time, arrival time, length, duration in minutes, turn by turn directions as well. We can see here at the end some of those additional ones. So a lot of exciting new geospatial capabilities in WebFOCUS Release 9.1.